my thoughts. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensitive.
What the hell is going on, people? This is Periodik, and you see the title of the video. We are jumping back into global Dragonball Z Dokkan Battle. The reason why is because of this new thing. My hand just got cut off. This new thing, aim for Extreme Z Awakening New Year Challenge campaign. Meet the conditions and the corresponding characters. Extreme Z Awakenings will become available in the future. So I am actually making this video right when this announcement came out. I don't know really when I'll release it. Maybe I'll release it right away, or maybe I'll release it in a few days. It really depends on how quickly we meet the requirements, but I want to go over every single one of these Extreme Z Awakenings and talk about kind of the leader of the pack and if they're beneficial, if they're bad, if they're good, if they're going to be usable or not. So let's start at the very end. We're going to start with that actually worked kind of good because he's on this end and we're going all the way in there. Anyway, Scorching Dual Nova Shenron. So in case you guys don't know, this is from this tech unit right here. This Nova Shenron here, which I'm sure probably everyone has a copy of. When he Dokkan Awakens, he goes into this version here, which looks pretty cool. Not too bad, right? Nova Shenron, pretty cool character. His normal TUR form, back in the day, wasn't horrible. He gave himself 3 ki, 90% attack when facing only one enemy. That's not terrible, right? Pretty good. Raises his own attack for 3 turns. That's not too shabby. Some people would actually throw him on the Shadow Dragons team because he wasn't too bad. Now with his Extreme Z Awakening over on JP, which JP got it over in does it show his Extreme Z Awakening? No, I don't think so. I don't think it shows the date of when he actually got the EZA. That's too bad. Anyway, he raises his own attack for 6 turns, so that does allow you to stack the attack, which is fantastic for that amount of turns, right? And he gains, 50% attack, so that's really good. So you might want to throw some additionals in him, and he'll get quite a good number. He still gives himself the Ki 3, 90% attack, but now he gives himself 90% defense on top of that. And if you throw him on the Shadow Dragon Saga category, which is his only category, then he's going to have attack and defense 30% for all Shadow Dragon Saga allies. So that's actually really, really good. I do wish that he was on, like, artificial life forms, because like those Shadow Dragons are not really made of, like, they're artificial, aren't they? Like, they're not real. So I don't know, or like transformation boost, because technically he's like transformed from a different form, and now he's give him something else, dude. You can't just have him on Shadow Dragon Saga. Like, that's just wild. He wouldn't be on Conquest of Terror. Target Goku, maybe? You can put him on Target Goku. Anyway, his link skills: Shadow Dragons, Shocking Speed, Gentleman, Cold Judgment, GT, Shattering the Limit. Shadow Dragons, 15% attack. There's not many other Shadow Dragons in the game besides like Oceanus and Sin Shenron and Omega Shenron, which they really need to add usable cards, actually decent cards for the other Shadow Dragons, like they really do. Shocking Speed is good, Shattering the Limit is good, GT is good. That's 6 ki right there. Then you have Gentleman, which not a lot of people share. You're going to have like a lot of cells, which you're not going to use on that team. I don't think there's any other Shadow Dragon or anybody else in that GT arc that would use it. Yeah, no one. So that's a pretty dead link right there. And then Cold Judgment is a good defensive link. Strangely enough, a lot of heroes have Cold Judgment, and a lot of villains have Cold Judgment. Again, I don't know of anybody on his team. Well, I guess there are some GT cats that can definitely use it. Yeah, there's some GT cats. Throw LR Oob on there. Why not? So that's the Nova Shenron tech. Not terrible. Much, much better. Much, much better than what he was. And he already wasn't too bad. So moving on to what might be the jewel of this batch of Extreme Z Awakenings, which honestly, they could have just done an Extreme Z Awakening for him by himself, and he would have been worthy of it. All right, so this is the Metal Cooler, Steely Hatred. I do say cooler, by the way. I do not say kura. I'm not Japanese. Japanese typically will pronounce it kura. I will say cooler. So a Mortal Grudge Metal Cooler, this was a fantastic support unit back in the day. 25% for all allies, really good. And then when he TUR'd, he gave 30% attack for all allies and extreme class key +2. I mean, amazing. On top of the links that he had, shocking speed, nightmare for 10% attack, strongest clan in space, another 2 key for like all other Frieza units. Thirst for and cooler units. Thirst for Conquest, which is 15% attack. Fantastic. Fear and Faith, another 2 key. Shadow and the Limit, another 2 key. Like, just so good. If you are next to him, you're doing your super attack. There's no doubt about it. So now, they easy ate him. He gives himself attack and defense 50%, which he needed. All allies 30% attack. Okay, that's normal. Extreme class allies key +3. Defense 40% on top of that. That is fantastic. So he's giving all extreme allies 3 key, 30% attack, and 40% defense. That's actually really, really good. And as you can see here, his supreme damage massively lowers defense, which hit or miss on those. Sometimes I feel it, sometimes I don't. Categories: Res Warriors, movie bosses, Wicked Bloodline, Artificial Life Forms, Conquest of Terror, Target Goku. You could throw him on literally every single one of those teams and he's going to slap. He's going to do very, very well. And I don't mean that as he's going to do a ton of damage. He's not. That's not what he's there for. He can still crit and do some decent numbers, but I put like almost full dodge into this man. I think I maybe have like 3 additional and 3 crit and then just like a ton of dodge because that's what he's there for. He's there to buff everybody else out and just not take damage. So this dude is very, very good now. Just one of the best support units in the game, in my opinion, for Extreme at least, and just made an already good unit that I used on some of my Extreme teams into an even better unit. So kudos on the Metal Cooler. He's fantastic. Now, moving on. Light Orb of Hatred Fusion Android 13. Now, if we take a look, this is the intelligence version. This is the one that does come from Dokkan Awakening from rare summons. Can be included in the guaranteed SSR pool. This man, he was pretty bad. He was pretty bad. And I pulled so many of him that I duped him out. 4 paths open, plus increased his full super attack. And I think I have like 2 extra copies just from pulling him. So he used to just change Tech Key Spheres to Rainbow Key Spheres. That was it. It's like, okay, that's not that great. Now, if we take a look at what his TUR did, and he got his TUR over on Global, what is this, July of 2019, he changed the same thing, Tech Key Spheres to Rainbow Key Spheres, and they gave him 50% attack. Oh, okay, 50% attack is not great. Not great. 50% attack, still no defense. Like, tech type enemy attack minus 43%. Just very strange. Very strange character. And then his links were pretty bad. His links are going to stay not great, but when they easy aim, he actually becomes useful. So he changes Tech Key Spheres to Rainbow Key Spheres, which is good, right? Still does that. He gains 2 extra key when he gets those Rainbow Key Spheres. So he's getting 3 key. He's getting 2 key for Tech Key Spheres, or Intelligence Key Spheres, and he's getting 3 for Rainbow. That's great. He gives himself attack and defense 50%. Okay, so now he's giving himself defense on top. That's not bad. Plus an additional attack and defense 13% per Android category ally on the team. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. So that would be what? If we're doing our quick maths over here. First off, he also massively lowers defense, which is a big deal because there's not many units in the game at all that do that anymore. So if we're just adding up the 2, and again, it depends on how they calculate this. If they multiply it, then it's going to be more. But if we're just adding up the 50% attack and defense bonus and he's in an all Android team, then he's going to have 128% attack and defense. And he's going to be an orb changer, and he's going to gain a ton of key from just grabbing rainbow orbs. So he actually becomes pretty good. Unfortunately, his links are pretty bad still. Our army, like, bruh, no one's got this link. Like, what is this? Just the Android 13s. just the Android 13s and the new 14, 15. Like, what are you gonna throw? General Blue on here? Like, what are we talking about here? We're gonna put Officer Black on here? Like, we're gonna throw a bunch of Red Ribbon Army cats? Like, what are we talking about? It makes no sense. Android Assault is, whatever. You got 1,000 defense. Pretty much all the androids are gonna have it. Tough as nails. Again, just old links. Metamorphosis, 5% recovery. Like, bruh, come on now. Here we go. The bottom 3 are good, though. Nightmare, 10% attack, good. Fear and Faith, 2 key. Shattering the Limit, 2 key. He doesn't really need key links because he is going to give himself so much key when he grabs those rainbow orbs that he generates himself. But he won't be giving he won't be giving a lot of key to others. Let me say that because it sounded terrible. So he becomes decent. He becomes actually pretty good. So not too bad for the intelligence. Now, if we take a look at the tech one. Now, first off, let's take a look at where you can get the boy from, which is actually an SR. This used to be one of the worst grinds in the game. SR Android 13 came out in 2015. They don't even have a correct date, dog. That's how old it was. They're just like, bro, we ain't even trying to research all that. 2015 is when this card came out, this SR card. He was given a Dokkan Awakening, as you can see, in the same year, 2015. He was just bad. 50% attack when key is 8 or more. I mean, back then that was straight, but causes extreme damage to enemy. That is pitiful back in the day. Same bad links, right? The top 4 are just useless. And he only had Nightmare and Fear and Faith. He didn't even have any kind of key links. Like, it was just brutal. So now, and as you can see now, what they did is they allowed him to be purchased at this SSR state from the Baba shop for 100 incredible gems, which is well worth it. He can be purchased 4 times, and they'll be doing the same thing on global, right? I don't think they've done it already, but yeah, so it's gonna be well worth it. Though I think I actually did I start this grind? I think I started this grind a minute ago and I gave up. I was just like, yo, I can't do this. Because it's just really, really bad. I might have like 1 path open. I'm not sure. But yeah, this was a terrible grind. So if we take a look at his TUR. So his TUR came out in 2017, right? He gave himself 4 key and 70% attack when key was 8 or more. So he pretty much guaranteed a super attack once you got to 8 key. Gave himself 70% attack. It's not terrible. Lower defense, okay, it's not bad. Now he's got Shattering the Limit. Okay, now he matches the intelligence one. It's getting better. Still wouldn't use him, but getting better, right? 2017 definitely had way better units at that point, so you wouldn't use him. But now they easy 8 him. And let's take a look at what he does now. Key plus 4. Okay. Attack and defense 80%. That's nothing to sneeze at. As long as his key is 8 or more. So he gives himself 4 key. You getting 6 from most leader skills. So you're already at 10 there. So that's guaranteed that he's going to have attack and defense 80%. Plus an additional attack and defense 30% if there are 3 more Android category allies on the team. So do they calculate? No, they don't. But essentially, I mean, he's going to be at 120% attack and defense just being on an Android team or a mainly Android team. So this being the much easier to obtain again, this is a non-summonable card, a non-summonable SSR, because you can summon the SR, but can you summon the SR? Do you just get them from the events? I forget, or the Baba shop. But this is the SSR summonable version. He's not as good, right? He doesn't do orb changing. So this isn't one that I would focus on. I would definitely advise using the Intelligence 13 if you're planning on using that card over this one. But even still, if this is the only one you can grab, he ain't bad. Attack and defense 80% plus an additional attack and defense 30% more if you're on an Android team, and you're going to be throwing him on an Android team. Like, think about it this way. If you're throwing him on Android Team, Artificial Life Forms, or like Target Goku, those are going to be mainly androids anyway. Like, maybe Target Goku you can get away with throwing other stuff, but Artificial Life Forms and androids, bro, that's like mainly androids. So, it is what it is. So, there's your 13 right there. We're kind of getting to the final ones, right? So, Silent Executioner Majin Buu, Pure Evil, I couldn't say it for a second. This used to be the SR. Well, it still is the SR. Or SSR, I'm sorry, not the SR. The physical Evil Buu could be used to increase the super attack. That's what I was thinking of right here. So this was the SSR with the weird pose. He's got like the boxing mitts on. I don't know what's going on here. He was not good. He's been out since 2015, back when like flat attack boosts were really good. And this was a lot back then. 2,500, it's not bad. He did supreme damage, not bad, right? Back then, he was like, okay, we can use this cat. But ever since then, he got his Dokkan Awakening, his TUR, in 2017. And his attack went to 18,000. Okay. Raises his attack for 3 turns. Whatever. Then they easy 8 him. He's got Majin, attack and defense 10%. Brutal Beatdown, another 10% attack. Kamehameha, 2,500 attack when super attack is launched. 3% recovery, infinite regeneration. Nightmare, 10% attack. Wall Standing Tall, boost attack by 15%, and then is good for certain events. Shattering the Limit, a Majin character with ki? What? This is outstanding. 2 ki. He gives himself attack and defense 90%. All enemies attack and defense minus 20%. That is useful. Especially the attack portion. That is useful. You're just going to be taking 20% minus attack when he's on rotation. Launches an additional super attack and has a 50% chance of evading enemies' attacks if he's facing a Majin Buu Saga category enemy. Now that, granted, is not a lot of characters. You got your Gotenks, you got your Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, your Majin Vegetas, all the Boos and stuff like that. All the Mystic Gohans and, stuff like that. The Transcendent Gohans, whatever. But, Ultimate Gohans. That's not bad. That's not bad. So, that attack and defense bonus, pretty good. And he raises his own attack for 6 turns. Pretty solid. I do like that. 50% for 6 turns. That's good. What can I say? Like, they actually made him pretty solid. And then he's got pretty good links, too. He's got Majin Buu Saga, Transformation Boost, Artificial Life Forms, Kamehameha. Really, really solid. So here is this Blue Vegeta, which, again, another card that I've rainbowed out. Well, I have all his paths open, I should say. Super attack, 10 out of 10, all that fun stuff. This man came out 2015, right? Attack and defense, 40% when HP is 80% or below. Ugh. Yeah, kind of rough. Kind of rough, because it's like you're not going to want to be under 80%, right? He got his TUR in 2017. Attack and defense 90% when HP is 80% or below. Still not going to really use him because he literally has no stats when you're at 81% or above health. Like, that's pretty bad. Cost supreme damage, alright. Links were decent. Super Saiyan, 10% attack. Saiyan Warrior Race, alright, garbage, 700 attack. Golden Warrior, a key. Royal Lineage, 1 key. Revival, 2 key. Prepared for Battle, 2 key. Shattering the Limit, 2 key. Like, this man was a key beast. Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, Pure Saiyan, Vegeta's Family, Worthy Rival, Super Saiyan 2. Easy Aid. Alright. Does supreme damage. Raises attack and defense by 30% for 6 turns. I like that. Attack and defense 90%. Defense 15% with each attack received. Up to 60. Okay. His additional defense boost from his passive is calculated separately, so this is important. As is the boost from his super attack. As a result, his maximum defense boost is 204%. That's great. And it can reach 477% when including super attacks. Not counting additional super attacks. With additional super attack every single turn, he could reach a maximum defense of 751%. So what this is saying is if he's additional super attacking every turn in that 6 turns, then he'll hit that 751 before it falls off and starts resetting, right? But that's still really, really good. So, I mean, Majin Vegeta, boy. This guy's good. This guy's very good. You're going to like it. And unfortunately, you're probably going to bring him over a lot of other Super Saiyan 2 Vegetas. Like, there's not many other Super Saiyan 2 Vegetas, to be quite serious. If we go here, we got the Majins here, right? This one will definitely replace him, but he just came out in Japan, so he's going to be out for a while. But in terms of that, it's like, all right, that's the Majin Vegeta, right? Any other Super Saiyan 2 Vegetas that aren't Majin? This one right here. This is the one. Oh, yeah, this is the one. Yeah, he's got... Actually, no, he doesn't have a Dokkan Awakening. Okay, yeah, that's terrible. No, we don't want to see that. Those are Majins. He's transforming. He starts at 1. Yeah, that's it, right? So it's like... Let me know if I'm missing anybody. But just that tech one is the only one that's going to replace him. And if you don't pull for him, he's a damn good replacement. Like, he's not as good, nowhere near as good as this one, right? Because this guy is just fantastic. Like, look at this passive, dog. This is ridiculous. Look at this passive, bro. Like, come on now, you ain't playing around. But he's really good for most people that are going to already have him. So, last but not least, let's go to probably the best of the bunch. If you're talking about just like a hard hitter, damage dealer, then this guy here, Spirit Bomb Goku, Super Saiyan Spirit Bomb, came out in 2015. 3,000 attack and defense as long as your HP was 80% or above. Again, one of these cards where it's like, wow, that's good back then, as long as you're over 80% HP, and then once you drop below, he gets nothing. So that's terrible. Extreme damage on top of it. 50% chance to stun, that wasn't too bad. But when we take a look at his TUR, he gained 10,000 attack, 5,000 defense, and his HP was 50% or above. Okay, that's a little bit better. You know, most of the times you're not going to go below 50% HP. But unfortunately, 2017, we're already at the point of percentages. We weren't really doing flat boost anymore. So pretty bad. Supreme damage, high chance to stun. Okay, that's pretty good. His EZA, wow, they went all out on this boy. Great chance to stun now. They said, yo, we ain't even worrying about high chance. We don't want any of that anymore. We're just doing 70% chance to stun. If you can be stunned, you only have a 30% chance of not being stunned. That's very good. Passive skill. Gives himself 2 key, attack and defense 80%. 50% chance to perform a crit. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. He's got a 70% chance to stun. He's got a 50% chance to do a crit. And he gives himself 2 key and attack and defense 80%. That's phenomenal. Now, if your health happens to drop below 50% health, he gives himself another key, another 20% attack and defense, and now he's got a 70% chance to crit. What? He's still got a 70% chance to stun. Are we crazy? He's got Golden Warrior. He's got Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, 10% there. Z Fighters, 15% attack. Prepared for Battle, 2 key. Shattering the Limit, 2 key. So that's 3 key right there. And then, what, 25% attack right there, plus the 700 flat bonus there. He's on Pure Saiyans, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Super Saiyans. I mean, Super Saiyan Goku right there, that is fantastic. Just fantastic. So bringing him along on like a Super Saiyan's team with like what are the super... Okay, so this LR Super Saiyan Goku isn't here yet. But let's just say you don't get him, right? Who else are you going to bring along? Him? No. Like, who are you going to bring along? This is the... That's the TUR version of him, so you ain't bringing him. Maybe him. I would say that he is not good. He is not as good. Let me take that back. He is good. He's not as good, right, as this Goku. Who else we got? I'm looking, definitely not these two. We ain't doing Yardak Goku. We ain't doing these two. No. Who we got for strength? Anybody? Definitely not. Hell to the no. Who we got in physical? No one. So realistically, your choices would be him, the EZA unit here, or Transforming Goku, right? If you can get Transforming Goku, he's pretty good, right? He's good, but I would say this I would definitely say that this boy is better. That this boy is better. Why can't I find him now? I'm all the way in the SSR, so let's go to the TURs. Here he is. Yeah, I'd say this boy's definitely going to hit harder. He's more useful. Like, yes, this is cool that he's going to transform. And, I mean, you're probably never going to get to this point. But you're going to be seeing this a lot. Attack 100%, defense 40%, reduces damage by 23%. All right, that's pretty cool. That's not bad. Raises attack and defense. That's pretty good. All right, yeah, nice. But guaranteed crits? Or 70% chance to crits? 70% chance to stuns? What are we talking about here? Give himself key? Yo. I mean, the only other guy is if you're lucky enough to pull this LR. And then you don't got to worry about anything. Because look at those passives. That's crazy. So, yeah, very, very good. Very excited for all these units coming to Global. I can't wait for it. Get on the Twitters. If this video comes out while the campaign is still going on, get on the Twitters, get on the Facebooks, do all the requirements, do all the missions, do all that stuff. And while you're doing all that, and you haven't followed the channel, I mean, what's the point? So go ahead, wrong that mistake. Go to the bottom here, gently rub that subscribe button, gingerly ring that bell button, sensually kiss the like button. As always, this is Periodik. See y'all in the next video.
Trust that.